Joni,
Excellent.
you're live.
Thank you. Hi guys. Everybody good? Can everyone see everybody? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, family and friends, faculty, staff, administration, and most importantly, Southwestern's Nursing Cohort 2021 to the Nursing Pinning. Yay, we made it, guys, we're here. And so for family and friends out there, they're probably wondering what this is that we're doing, right? What's a pinning versus graduation? So graduation is the completion or the end of an educational path. A pinning ceremony is a rite of passage, a beginning, signifying the entrance to a noble profession of nursing. The history of this rite of passage can be traced back to the Crusades in the 12th century, when those who aided the sick and infirm were given the Maltese cross to wear. During this time, the Knights of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist tended the injured and infirm crusaders. When new monks were initiated into the order, they vowed to serve the sick soldiers in a ceremony where each monk was given a Maltese cross, the first badges given to those who nursed. Notice the verb, right? They nursed. The modern ceremony dates back to the 1860s, when the legendary nurse Florence Nightingale was awarded the Red Cross of St. George in recognition of her tireless service to the injured during the Crimean War. By 1916, the practice of pinning new graduate nurses was standard practice. We continue this tradition, marked by placing a pin on the nurse's lapel or collar that is worn by this great accomplishment that they have achieved, and a rite of passage. We're doing this by Zoom, guys. I can't do this physically today, but hopefully you have your pins, you can put your pins on, and that is how we're going to do this year. So our next speaker is Lee Sonia, better known to the nursing department. Over the past 2 years, she has transformed how we conduct the lab here at Southwestern. And oh, by the way, in her spare time, she completed her Master's of Science in Nursing this term. Congratulations, Lee! Woo! It's all yours, Lee.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you guys. Congratulations. First of all, I want to say how honored I am to speak to you all today. And secondly, I'd like to thank you, Paul, for putting up with all my shenanigans in the lab. You've been all resilient with providing the necessary care for all the complicated, interesting patients like Darth Vader, who's non-compliant with all medication interventions and suggestions, and implementing interventions to help Superman avoid. He's not saving the day. He's not saving the day today. You guys are saving the day today. So I wanted to just explain to you that my emphasis in the lab was to model challenge you and physically and emotionally challenge you. So take care of yourself. So it's huge and important. Always remember to be kind and compassionate. Extend that to your nursing colleagues, to yourselves, and to your patients. It's been an absolute pleasure to pass on my knowledge and my experience to you guys. You guys have been amazing, and I want to wish you the very, very best with your future in nursing. Congratulations, guys. I'm so happy for you. And I want to take this time to introduce the next two speakers, which is Kayla Tripp, Sherry Helms, and Justin Cooper. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Lee.
Okay, so I'm going to start. First off, I'd really like to welcome everyone to the ceremony and to thank all the friends and family that are watching that have supported each and every one of us over these last 2 years. I asked my class to send me one word that they felt described their time in this program. They said life-changing, perseverance, stimulating, dynamic, traumatic, chaotic, intense, stressful, worthwhile, challenging, unexpected, empowering, cathartic, in quotes, ugh, fulfilling, roller coaster, peachy, and my personal word, transformative. I asked my peers to send me these words because of all the trials that we have faced over the last 2 years. We have all faced them a little bit differently. We have all had different experiences and different perspectives. When COVID-19 hit and our cohort was faced with the challenge of virtual learning, some of us, me, were jumping for joy at the chance to do school in our pajamas from our bedrooms, while some of us were wondering how they would manage school with 1 or 2 or 4+ kids that were all of a sudden home all of the time. Some of us were wondering how they could be teachers to their own children while simultaneously trying to learn one of the hardest courseworks out there. And many of us were dealing with unemployment on top of everything else that was thrown our way. And yet, here we all are. A global pandemic, virtual labs, recorded lectures, mask mandates, and constant hospital policy change. When I think of true perseverance, I think of everyone in this class. We are from different walks and seasons of life, but we all came here with the same goal: to walk out of the doors of this institution as a registered nurse. COVID-19 has changed many things for this class, but at the end of the day, it did not change the top-notch clinical experience we received or the supportive faculty that were there for us from day one. It did not change the fact that every person on this Zoom/in this room is going to be an excellent nurse. And it did not change the level of care, compassion, or service that we all give our patients every single day. And as we head in all different directions, here are a couple words of wisdom from people far wiser than me. From C.S. Lewis, hardships often prepare people for extraordinary destinies. From Rossi Williams, BSNRN, to do what nobody else will do in a way that nobody else can, in spite of all we go through, is to be a nurse. And from Jean Watson, one of the biggest American nurse theorists and nursing professor, nurses are a unique kind. They have this insatiable need to care for others, which is both their greatest strength and their fatal flaw. I have no doubt that the hardships of the last 2 years will make every single member of this cohort a better nurse. You all inspire me every single day. To our entire faculty, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. To Judy and Lee, I believe I speak for all of us when I say you two truly got us through. To the members of the class of 2021, we did it.
I'm crying, of course. Okay, Sherry. This is Sherry Helms.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I can't believe we finally finished nursing school. Man, it took forever, but at the same time, it went so fast. It seems like just yesterday that Justin was asking me to check his gram stains in microbiology. Funny thing is, to this day, he still asks me to check his gram stains. Justin, you know I had to bring that up. It's the memories made along the way that has made this journey so incredible. I remember the very first day in lab, we did a scavenger hunt to familiarize us with the lab and where everything was. Haley and I palled up to tackle the list of items we needed to find. One of the things on that list was parenteral medications. Neither Haley or I knew what parenteral medications were, so we put our heads together and used our critical thinking skills and decided, well, it must have something to do with parents. So we started looking for the likes of children's Motrin or infant Tylenol. That's when Vera casually strolled by and whispered to us, parenteral means IV. Thank you, Vera. We were so far off, it wasn't even funny. Actually, it was funny. I think that was the exact moment that I realized how much I still had to learn. And learn I did. I have never had so much information crammed into my brain. I only cried a couple of times, but I cussed a lot. But seriously, nursing school has been the most amazing experience of my life. I'm 52 years old, and I was terrified and exhilarated to start the nursing program at my age. Since the beginning of this journey, I had suffered the losses of my mom, my dad, and my nephew. So I've learned a lot about perseverance, overcoming obstacles, and staying focused on the goal at hand. This was not easy to do. But I am now a first-generation college graduate in my family, and I know my parents and nephew are looking down on me, and I know they are proud of me, and that means the world to me.
Sherry, you froze.
And I want to give a special shout out to Jade Stalcup. Where would we be without you, Jade? You may work behind the scenes, but you keep the production going, and I want you to know how appreciated you are. Thank you all for everything you have done for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am honestly glad that I chose this point in my life to go to nursing school, because I got to go through it with the most amazing group of people I could have asked for. I have made lifelong friendships, and the support and encouragement among us students has been a force to be reckoned with. We have laughed, cried, consoled, encouraged, and griped and complained, and we have done it together. I even made a poop sister. You know who you are.
I think she froze. Yeah? Let's see. Which should be the second statement from Zooming this whole entire year. I think you're froze and you're muted, right? So
I think I'm back.
okay, good.
I'm back.
We heard poop sister. Continue.
Okay, yes, I made a poop sister. You know who you are, Kayla Coy, and you know why. We'll leave it at that. To my family, I love you all so very much. Thank you for putting up with me for the last 2 years. I know it hasn't always been pleasant, and I know at times you probably wanted to strangle me. But all I ever got from you was love and support, and I truly appreciate it. To my children and grandchildren, you are the air that I breathe and the motivation behind everything that I do. You always understood when I didn't see you for weeks on end because I was studying for test after test after test. You have always been my biggest cheerleaders, and your love, understanding, compassion, support, and encouragement has kept me going through the toughest of times. I love you with every ounce of my being. To my nursing family, thank you for being a part of my life. I am so proud of all of us for sticking it out and finishing this thing. We are awesome. I'm going to finish this off with a little bit of advice about a valuable lesson I learned along the way. Wearing a mask and having to smell your own breath for hours on end is awful. But if you are wearing a mask and you wear glasses, do not, and I repeat, do not eat Altoids to freshen your breath. They call them the curiously strong mint for a reason, and those things will burn your eyes like no other. I learned that one the hard way. Thank you, everybody. God bless.
Great job, Sherry.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Justin.
first want to start this speech with thanking the faculty of Southwestern Oregon Community College for giving me the opportunity to receive a nursing degree in my hometown of Coos Bay, Oregon. I am very blessed and fortunate to have had the luxury of having a team of instructors who are fully invested in myself and my fellow peers' success. Thank you, Joni, for making things happen during a global pandemic where we as students were still able to receive top-notch education in the midst of so much uncertainty in our world. Thank you to all my instructors, Liz, Judy, Karma, Zinzi, Lee, and Heather, for teaching us and exemplifying to us what it looks like to be a safe, effective nurse that practices with confidence. And lastly, I want to thank Jade. Jade, thank you for being so communicative with us students on what form we needed to fill out, where to find it, how to do it, and where to upload it, and all the other needy questions we had as students. Jade is what I call the silent assassin, which is probably not the most politically correct word to use, but she really is the one behind the scenes that keeps the wheel spinning. I also want to thank all of our great preceptors for playing a crucial role in our development as future nurses and being open to having a student with them every shift for the past couple months. To say that nursing school is hard is an understatement. Nursing school challenges you physically, emotionally, and mentally. Reading from up to 10 to 20 chapters a week, or studying 50 different medications in a week, to developing a 10-page care plan. I remember thinking in those moments of either typing my life away or writing note card after note card and progressively seeing the stack of note cards I needed to study get bigger and bigger and bigger, or being barely awake and reading the chapters that we were assigned to go over. Would it ever end? I've thought this many times. And when you're in the valley, it's hard to think that you'll get to the mountaintop. Throw in a global pandemic that completely changes your whole nursing program essentially, and you're in for a ride. But we did it. Then there was the one word that for me personally scared the crap out of me: practicum. You remember hearing it from the second years when you were a first year, but never thought it would actually happen. And if it did, it wouldn't happen for another year. But a year in nursing school time is 10 years. But it came, and I was nervous going into that first day and was clinging to 3 integers, 225, the total hours we needed to complete practicum. But we did it, and it was fun. I enjoyed myself, and I know many of my fellow peers felt the same throughout the practicum. I know for a fact that we enjoyed the whole process due to the many hours that both we as students put in and the many hours our instructors put into our growth and development. Our instructors in a span of 2 years instilled the valuable skills, knowledge, and values that are needed to not only be an effective nurse, but a compassionate nurse that is kind and empathetic on a daily basis. There was a day when I wasn't really feeling the whole nursing school thing and vocalized to my dad that I was burnt on studying, being on Zoom for hours on end, and had no motivation whatsoever to keep going. It wasn't that I wanted to quit, I just wasn't feeling, and I was just feeling what I call peachy. He, being the classic inspirational dad, said, "Enjoy the process, you'll miss it." And my mind has said, I don't think about that, or I don't think that will happen because this whole thing sucks. Not to my surprise, because he's always right, he was right. It was weird during practicum not seeing those people you saw at least once or twice a week for the past 2 years, and when you did see them at the hospital, you tried to catch up as much as you could in 30 seconds, because in the back of your mind, you were thinking of the assessments, charting, and medications that needed to be done, or how gross you felt because it was day 3 of 3 straight 12s. What am I going to miss? I'm going to miss giving Caitlin McCullough a high five walking into the lecture hall, but only on Fridays for our nursing tests for good luck. Or catching up via Zoom with Lee and Heather at the beginning of our labs and just talking about life. Or talking to Jamie Flanagan for about 2 hours a week on the phone and encouraging each other, or complaining with each other about how in the heck we were going to be able to study for all those PowerPoint slides that Judy gave us. Or private messaging Sherry Elms over Zoom during Judy's lectures with the inside jokes that we've had since the microbiology days with Browse in 2018. Sorry, Judy, I swear it was only a couple times. Prior to giving this speech, I wasn't sure how to write it or how to construct a speech. I even thought about Googling how to do a graduation speech, but I didn't. And if this is a terrible speech, I apologize. And next time I graduate from nursing school at SWOCC, I will Google how to give a nursing speech. I did know that I wanted to cover 3 topics: what our journey looked like, reflecting on the past 2 years, and encouraging all of us as future nurses who are stepping into the real world of nursing. I didn't want the encouragement to come off as over the top or fake, like, hey, let's go out there and save the world, but to be real and authentic. My hope for us is that we never forget the obstacles we overcame, the many days and nights thinking of this sucks or feeling anxious going into lab, clinicals, or simulations. We overcame it, and we sit here today about to graduate because we put the time in and worked on our craft for the past 2 years. To be able to have the opportunity to hear our name virtually or see our name in a commencement brochure that shows that we are resilient no matter the circumstances. Let us never forget this journey or the instructors and preceptors that got us to this point here today on June 10th. To the nursing students of Southwestern Oregon Nursing Program of 2021, we did it. Now let's go save the world.
You rock, Justin.
Okay, thank you, speakers. That was awesome. So I guess it's my turn. And first of all, many congratulations to all of you. This is such a major achievement, and you've all worked extremely hard, and you've overcome many, many challenges to get here. I will make this brief because you've been listening to me lecture for the past year, so I'm going to make this concise. I want to leave you with a few concepts. Of course, I know you all remember cardiac function, nursing care of patients in various situations like trauma, high-risk OB, practicing IVs, beds via PIC, and more. You won't forget all those test questions that sounded like, a nurse is caring for a patient with da-da-da-da-da. Which of the following is the first thing the nurse will do? So I want to just talk about 3 elements that over the years I've found critical: kindness, quality, and professionalism. First, always be kind. We talked about this quite a bit, particularly when we discussed empathy and caring for people whose behavior may challenge your skills and patience. Kindness is usually the most useful and effective method in dealing with this. Being gentle, understanding, and compassionate with colleagues, patients, family members, physicians, visitors. Be kind. Remember that video we watched from the Cleveland Clinic about empathy? And the moral of the story: you never know what someone is going through at any given time unless you're walking in their shoes. So be kind and civil always. Second, quality. Always give the best care possible using the best practices and evidence-based care. Work efficiently without cutting corners, adhere to policies, and always be aware of patient safety. Advocate for your patients so they receive high quality care. Your work says a lot about you. No matter what walk of life someone comes from, they deserve the best from you. Nursing care is inclusive, it's diverse in all situations, particularly for those down on their luck. Everyone you care for is a person. They are a son, a daughter, a sister, a child, a parent. Finally, professionalism. Always remember your roots and wear your RN as a badge of honor, a symbol of trust. Hopefully you will or have already found a mentor or a role model for being the best that you can be. Being a role model for others and representing your school and your profession. Seek out future learning opportunities and pay back to the future nurses of tomorrow.
carrying yourself with respect, humility, empathy, compassion, and dignity as a SWOCC graduate nurse and RN professional. I will leave you with parting words from a student journal. While reading your final journals, I was impressed by all of your progress. Many of your writings struck a chord with me, and I'll be honest, some were very emotional for me to read. And I would like to read your paraphrase of one of the entries. It was bittersweet leaving the hospital this week, as I knew my practicum was over. I thought I would be so excited to finish my practicum hours and leave the hospital, but the truth is, I'm going to miss it. Finishing those hours was 2 years of nursing school coming to an end. A few days have passed now, and I've reflected on how I'm feeling as I begin another chapter of my life. Nursing school has prepared me for much more than just being a nurse. I almost feel as if I'm getting a chance to start over, to start better, to begin again as a better version of me. I know that how I'm feeling now will only shape me into an even better nurse. I remember a statement that was made in September 2019 that went a little something like this. Nursing school is hard. You must have a support system to get through. You have to tell your support system that nursing school is your priority for the next 2 years. I couldn't have done this without the support from my family, professors, classmates, telling me not to give up. This entry into a journal, the final journal, was very powerful and very genuine. Nursing is powerful. Use your power for the good of others and to contribute to the well-being of others. Be well, my friends. Best wishes always. Congratulations. It has truly been a pleasure, honor, and privilege to be one of your instructors.
Thank you so much, Judy.
We love you, Judy.
Bye.
Would you like me to begin with the news?
Yes, I'm sorry. I started to cry.
That's
So
okay. Take your moment.
So the next is Zinzi and Heather. Because we're not actually having the pinning on, we're doing the roll call. So Zinzi and Heather are next.
So this is the Southwestern nursing class of 2021. Savannah Alexander, Jose Arellano, Vera Bernhardt, Shayla Campbell, Holly Cantrell, Savannah Chacon, Ryan Chard, Keziah Cochran, Deanne Cole, Justin Cooper, Kayla Coy, Taylor Dotson, Athena Erickson, Jamie Flanagan, Jovi Goodman, Benjamin Hallmark, Ashley Harvey, Corey Heisen, Sherry Helms, Shaylee Lee Holland, Shaylee Iparagüe, Holly Jurkowski, and Jaden Justice.
Heather, you're muted. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. To continue with the rest of the class, Koa Lee, Bailey Lucina, Sarah Lother, Kyan McKinley, Bethany Meyer, Grace Ann Nichols, Megan Relander, Tori Renard, Caitlin Renna, Haley Richards, Larissa Roberts, Sky Solis, Jamie Sperling, Jacob Sterletsky, Tori Sterletsky, Kayla Tripp, Lauren Tripp, Karen Vastine, Zena Welch, Jessica Wilson. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I'm going to turn the screen over to Elizabeth Cooper.
First, I want to say I'm very proud of all of you for your progress and making it through the nursing program. And it was an honor being one of your instructors in your journey. So at this time, we're going to do the Nightingale Pledge. And I want to start it out by just kind of talking about the history around the Nightingale Pledge. As the medical profession does their own Hippocratic oath, the nursing profession, we have our own, and it's the Nightingale Pledge. It is our promise as nurses that to uphold the oath that we will be taking here shortly, to do no harm, and to dedicate our work to the nursing profession. This pledge was created and the tradition of it was started in 1893 by Lystra Gretter and a committee at a training school in Detroit, Michigan. It was named the Nightingale Pledge to honor Florence Nightingale, who, as just a little bit of history, is known as the Lady with the Lamp, because during the Crimean War, she made frequent rounds at night to the wounded soldiers. And so the soldiers nicknamed her the Lady with the Lamp. She also, and what we recognize her for, is she is the founder of the modern nursing, and she was the first one to establish the nursing training program. The tradition of the pledge has been part of most nursing programs' pinning ceremonies since its adoption in 1893. It signifies the accomplishments that the nursing graduates have achieved and the commitment to the nursing profession. So at this time, I would like all the RNs and the graduating nurses of 2021 to please join me as we pledge our oath to the continued dedicated work of the nursing profession.
So unmute yourselves.
Okay. I solemnly pledge myself
Pass my
life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully.
I will abstain from whatever is
materials I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, passion, confidence, all personal matters committed to my family and my family affairs, my knowledge. Loyalty, I will endeavor to gain the work and work of myself those committed to my
mute yourselves. That goes much smoother in person.
Yeah.
Right?
Congratulations, Southwestern Oregon Community College Nursing Program Class of 2021.
Thank you. So as a wrap up and a close, I've got one housekeeping thing to talk to you guys about. So later on, after tomorrow, you'll receive an email from me saying that I've cleared you, so that Southwestern has graduated you, and I have cleared you on the OSBN website with a graduation date of 6/11/21. You may now register to sit for your NCLEX exam. Woo! Final words, final thoughts. The final thought I want to leave with you is words matter. I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I'm a pig farmer's daughter, number 6 in a family of 9. I'm the first of my family to receive an undergraduate degree, let alone a graduate degree and beyond. My nanny, my paternal grandmother, immigrated from Ireland. She was determined, a little salty, but kind, and every day when I look in the mirror, her face looks back at me. One day when I was about 8 or 9, I was giving my nanny a neck rub, and she grabbed my hand and she said, "Joan, you have strong hands. You should be a nurse." Words matter. Her words that day set my life on a trajectory that she never could have imagined. Your words matter. After tomorrow, you will be a graduate nurse. You will have the privilege of influence and the weight of the consequences of your words. The charge I give you as a graduate nurse is this: speak hope into the lives of others, be kind always, and leave this world in a better place than you found it. Congratulations to you, Southwestern Nursing Cohort 2021. Woo! Hopefully this got recorded. We're in hopes. I'm not sure how it went, but do we have anything else, Judy? Congratulations, guys. We are beyond proud of you. You are amazing, just amazing.
Congratulations, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Congratulations, guys. I'm really, really proud of you all.
Thank you all so very, very much.
Congratulations to all of you. You're the magnificent nurses. You wear that power with grace.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.